Hello, my precious pensive Pisces. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your guided healing tarot for the month of June. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And thank you so much for all of your support on this channel, Pisces. Just a friendly reminder that the top 3 videos that get the most likes do get a twin flame bonus, and they also get some discount codes for the extended. But let's hop right in. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We had the new moon in Aquarius bring love into the situation. So it looks like, Pisces, you are being asked to bring new love into the situation that you are going through. And then we had the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. So Spirit seems to be very much urging you to bring love into the situation, and I feel like new love is on its way to you. Okay, we had Mischievous coming out using Take Back. Okay, so when this came out, I was getting, it's time to take back all of your power. And this is a third eye chakra card, so it has to do with your mental space. So mentally, you need to call back all of your power. And then we had Stormy coming out using Recover. So you need to call back your power and then emotionally recover from whatever you went through. And then we had Meowstick using Psychic. And what it said to me is, because you are so psychic, right? Pisces, you are the most psychic of all the signs. It's definitely not easy being a Pisces. You are so tuned into various energy fields that most aren't, right? You are the sign that rules unseen forces and other dimensions and other realms and things like that. And you always have one foot, or one fin, as I like to say, right? Pisces is the 2 fish. You always have one fin in another dimension, and that is something very, very special. But it looks like, you know, some sort of ghost of your past, you know, was taking your power, and now you are being asked to take back your power and recover from whatever energy you went through, perhaps psychic attacks and things, right? It has been quite a crazy couple years, hasn't it? We had the 7 of Pentacles coming out in reverse, which is telling me that there have been some relationships. They can be platonic or romantic, and I'm feeling both, that were not bearing fruit to you. They were not being fruitful. They weren't very giving. Like, they also weren't stable, right? Like a tree that produces this much fruit has very strong roots and things like that. And I'm getting that you were understanding that some of your relationships, number 1, weren't stable, and number 2, were not able to give to you in any sort of way. They were not nurturing. And then we had the Knave of Chalices coming out in reverse. So, you know, this can be a narcissistic person in your energy field. And I'm also getting that, like, they weren't matching your energy. They weren't reflecting back to you what you are able to give to them. And then we had the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, which is telling me that, you know, you put a lot of work into something, and again, that energy was not matched. And, you know, the relationships that you are saying goodbye to that are not fruitful towards you, they never really had a physical, firm foundation anyway, okay? In the shadow, we had the 10 of Earth coming out in reverse, which is telling me that there is some sort of physical cycle that you have not completed with somebody else yet. But this is the card of the eclipses, right? And we're amidst eclipse season right now, right? We had that eclipse on the 27th of May, I believe, or 28th. And that peaked at 5 degrees Sagittarius. It started in 29 degrees Scorpio and peaked at 5 degrees Sag. And I'm recording this on the 7th of June, and we have on the 10th of June, in just a couple days, that new moon, Gemini new moon lunar eclipse, okay, which, or, I'm sorry, total solar eclipse. So, you know, eclipse season is always very intense. There's always crazy, crazy energy, and that is probably why you are being asked to take back your power and recover, because if anyone's tuned into what's going on in the ethers, it's you, Pisces. And when this came out, I heard that things are a bit upside down right now due to this eclipse. Like, it kind of shifted your perception. And if you were in the light, you might have gone more towards the shadow. If you were more in the shadow, you may have gone more towards the light. We had the Mother of Fire come out, so this is telling me that you are nurturing some sort of flame right now. And it came out with the 3 of Earth, which is a card of abundance, a card of working together. As you can see, this is a very harmonious ecosystem with the gnomes, working with the flowers, working with the bees, you know what I mean? And, you know, because the flowers are pollinated, they're producing, you know, the plants are producing fruit, which the gnomes can eat, and then the gnomes help, you know, stabilize the soil and right? So it does seem like you are nurturing something that is good for you. Three of Earth traditionally does denote work. So I feel a lot of like earth energy for you, which is good, Pisces. It does seem like you're staying pretty grounded. Even though, I mean, it's more so you're recognizing what is ungrounded and what is not stable and kind of removing it, right? But in the shadow, yeah, it does seem like you have a lot of abundance in the shadow, right? Which you want to bring to the light so that you can enjoy the fruits of your psychic labor. You know what I mean? Like manifest it in 3D. But you have a lot of bountiful energy. I feel like you've been doing a lot of like actual work when it comes to this. And then we had the Maiden of Fire come out in reverse with Letha in reverse. So there could be some sort of third-party situation, perhaps. I mean, it is in the shadow, so you might not know about it, or maybe you're trying to keep it away from someone. But with the Maiden of Fire, right, maidens usher in new energy. Mothers nurture. And crones extinguish, right? They put out the fire. And so with the Maiden of Fire in reverse, you're not necessarily calling in some sort of new flame. It feels like you're very busy sort of maintaining this flame that already is. It's definitely working for you. It's bringing a lot of abundance. But this is the Sun card in reverse, okay? So I'm getting that there is, like, it's a lot more in the shadow than the light, right? Because we have this eclipse, so you're more probably geared towards the shadow than the sun. And maybe some light hasn't been shed on it, but you're not ushering in this new flame towards you, and the new flame could actually be the sun that you want, right? We have an ecosystem that's definitely working here, but what is the sun that really is the energy source of it all? You know what I mean? And the sun represents, you know, as you can see, it's Letha. This is all about, you know, being very abundant, being very pregnant with the divine. Usually the sun has like spirit babies, but instead the spirit babies are unborn and, you know, are within the mother, right? Well, maiden becoming a mother. And so I feel like there's a lot more light where that came from is what I'm hearing. Like there's a lot more that you can bring in, and some of it has to do with utilizing a masculine counterpart perhaps. But it's not quite there yet. You haven't been able to usher in a new flame, but the flame that you are nurturing is bringing you a lot of abundance. And because it is in the shadow, it can be a lot of spiritual abundance. And, you know, bringing it to the light, again, would be bringing it into the 3D. And it seems like in the 3D, things aren't really bringing you bounty, even though you have all of this bountiful energy, okay? So, Pisces, happy Gemini season. It is the season of the twins. I'm using my twin decks here, as you can see, and then I'm going to be using this deck as the general energy. So, we're in Gemini season. We're also amidst eclipse season, as I mentioned. We have Mercury retrograding in Gemini. We have Pluto retrograding in Capricorn, and we have Saturn retrograding in Aquarius, and then we also will have Neptune that will start, that's your ruling planet, retrograding in Pisces in your constellation, not too far off. That's going to be happening on the 25th, and Jupiter will be going retrograde in Pisces, your sign, and moving back to Aquarius, and that will begin on the 20th of June. So we're, you know, in retrograde season as well. A lot of things from the past are coming back up. But it's Gemini season, which is all about the mind, thoughts, you know, this and that. So what we're going to do is, you know, see what's going on in your mental space. What have you been thinking about? You know, what's on your mind? Then we're going to look into some details into that. In the extended, we're going to see how to bring you peace of mind in order to further your healing journey. And then, of course, we will also look into some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. Okay? All right, let's see, Pisces, what's going on. I'm hearing that there's a certain softness. We have your commitment is being tested in reverse. I'm getting a positive energy from this. It's like I was feeling this softness, and I feel like your commitment to something doesn't need to be tested. You're able to be more soft. I'm feeling more in your feminine energy rather than in like a rigid masculine energy. Can we get, okay. Believe in the impossible in reverse and hold your vision. So I feel like you're being very, very practical. You understand what your vision is, and you're understanding that it is not impossible. Your commitment isn't being tested because you're kind of, you already, how do I put that? you don't have to believe that it's impossible. You already have your vision of what you actually do want, and nothing can test this commitment to your thing, because it's not something that you have to maintain commitment to, if that makes sense. It's just kind of flowing. Let's get some, okay. All right, this wants to come out too. So we have some dark energy. This is shadow energy, right? So we have dark energy coming out stuck. It does look like you have some dark energy stuck in your RX field. So let's see, with dark primate and ulterior spirit link. So it does look like you are, yeah, you're linked to some sort of human that is a darker individual, is what I'm getting. Dark primate I always take as someone who doesn't really have their humanistic urges, under control. Primate can get very angry very quickly, and then kind of just goes into and I feel like this is kind of how you're viewing humanity in general. It's like the darker aspects of our, you know, the darker parts of humanity, okay, seems to be part of this darkness that's around you, okay? And it does seem like there is one specific person that you are linked to. But yeah, this is a fighting type. It says Pokemon Power Frenzy is the attack that it's using. So I feel like, again, this kind of frenzied energy that has been going on in the collective for quite some time, the darkness that has come to all of us, right? And I feel like that's what it is. It's like, you know, this is not possible. This was my vision, sort of thing. Like, you don't have to believe in the impossible because you know it's impossible. There really are no limits. And again, your commitment to this is not being tested. You are holding a vision, but some of that vision really has a lot to do with the shadow and the darker energy, especially as it relates to the darker aspects of humanity. It says, although primates have always been mean, lately they seem to be becoming more vicious and frenzied. Yeah, so I'm getting that, you know, you've been thinking this about humanity for quite some time. You've been feeling, yep, and there's Archangel Gabriel giving us a confirmation. Gabriel, hey, Gabe. So anytime Archangel Gabriel, Gabriel. Anytime Archangel Gabriel barks, I always know that that's the angels that are coming in. And he's so frenzied right now, like he isn't listening. Why aren't you listening to me? Thank you. Yeah, I feel like that's how you're viewing humanity. Gabriel, please no more. Yeah, so I feel like this is how you've been feeling about humanity. You know, you're like, yeah, you know, humans have always been mean, but lately it's been very vicious and frenzied. And I feel like that is the darkness that's kind of been in your third eye. And where you are right now is like, yep, I told you so. Like, I've had this vision. I knew that this stuff wasn't impossible. I've been feeling it my whole life. So yeah. We have, again, the ulterior spirit link here. So trainer indicates someone else's energy. So it does seem like you are spiritually linked to a specific person. And this person might be a very dark primate. And, you know, whenever this comes out, I also get that you need to remember your spiritual link with the angels. So some of you might want to be calling in your angels. Let's see what else wants to come up. Wow. Yeah, I saw this in the cleansing ceremony, but it didn't want to come out, okay? This is Volcarona, okay? Please understand the name of this Pokemon. Say it to yourself, okay? And this is Shimmering Scales. So with this Pokemon, which I won't repeat its name because we all know what happens with the algorithm, with Shimmering Scales I always take as things trying to balance out, right? Those are the Libran scales. And you're understanding that things need to maintain their balance, especially when it comes to the darkness of humanity and things like that. And, right? So it feels like you understand this darkness, but you're also aware of humanity's sort of higher link to angelic realms and things like that, right? Because you can probably access them. You're a Pisces. And so this is also a balance of the heart chakra and the root chakra, right? And the heart chakra is all about our access to, you know, give and receive love. And our root chakra is what keeps us rooted here on this planet Earth, right? What roots our 3D physical form here. And yeah, so let's see. It says, when volcanic ash darkened the atmosphere, it is said that Volcarona's fire provided a replacement for the sun. Yeah, so we saw, right, a replacement for the sun is what the light had. So this is some sort of false light, and you understand that there is some sort of false light, and you see the darkness that is being brought upon humanity and that it is a false light. Okay, you've known this, right? It's like, yeah, it's not impossible. I already know. It's been in my psychic vision for so long. Yeah, I feel you, Pisces. So, yeah, you know, and we even saw that in the cleansing ceremony because we saw, you know, the eclipse energy, right, with the sun was on the bottom, and then even the sun was in reverse with Letha in reverse. So you're understanding the false light of the situation, especially with this Pokemon. Say the name with me. Volcarona. Yeah. All right. Now let's take a look. What's going on in the light here? I heard, well, not much. In the shadow, we have, or I'm sorry, in the shadow. Okay, so maybe this is wanting to come out in the shadow. I do feel a flip-flop for you, and I feel like this actually is supposed to be the shadow, and then we'll do the shadow deck for the light to help balance it for you, Pisces. Interesting. All right, so in the shadow, we have the One of Fire coming out stuck. One of Wands, this can be magic, so there can be some magic being done behind the scenes. I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm sure you wouldn't either. I feel like you're understanding sort of the darker nature of magic now and the magicians in our world. And the One of Wands coming out stuck is a very masculine, sort of phallic type energy. So I am getting that, I'm also getting that you're very, how do I want to put that? I want to say inspired, but also a little bit enraged yourself a little bit. Let's tell me more about that One of Wands, please. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, you're getting messages from everywhere. This can be very overwhelming. I feel like you're overwhelmed with all the magic that has been happening in the shadows, especially as it relates to this Pokemon. Because you have felt it. You know, you've been knowing this. Nine of Swords is you completing a cycle within yourself. And I feel like, again, you need to call back your power and recover from all this, right? Yes, you've known. Maybe some of you have difficulty setting energetic psychic boundaries because this is literally the card of, you know, getting message from Spider Spirit and the fairies and Bat Spirit and dragonflies and da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like, all the messages from the ethers are so much that it's just overwhelming her, and she's just like, stop, stop, turn it off. And I feel like that's where you've gotten all this magic in the shadows and the ethers. It's like, it was just so overwhelming. And I feel like it was stuck in your vision, like it's stuck in your third eye. All right, let's see what's in the light here. Yeah, Maiden of Fire. And you're trying not to call this flame in. Like, you don't want to call... Yeah, and what do you know? The Letha and the Eight of Water. Yeah. So you're trying not to start a new flame. It's like, here's the One of Wands, right? Which is igniting a flame. This can be working magic. This is taking action. This is utilizing Kundalini energy, right? And your Kundalini is your creative potential in order to manifest your reality. And you see all of this energy and how overwhelming it is. And you're like, I don't want to do that. I don't really want to see the light, right? And I feel like you're rejecting this false light. Okay, you're rejecting the false light, but you're also rejecting the real sun. You know what I mean? And with the Eight of Water, this is telling me this is an emotional cycle that is repeating and definitely has to do with witchcraft, some sort of deception. You know, Eight of Water traditionally means emotions that you understand that you need to walk away from, right? It's usually a guy walking away from 8 cups that are empty. And, you know, for this specifically, this is kind of, you know, I don't want to say a nefarious intent, but I kind of am getting that there is some witchcraft that has come into the light here. Okay. I'm hearing that you don't want to be the one to stir the pot. Or, okay, some of you are stirring the pot. You're psychically manifesting this for them, is what I'm hearing. You're being utilized as a manifesting machine. Tell me more about this. What's going on for our Pisces? Confidence is your key to success. So I'm kind of getting a prideful energy. I feel like, you know, part of you is like, yeah, it's not impossible. Look, this is what's happening. It's exactly what I said. It's this false light. But as you are just affirming this false light, as you're affirming this sort of magic that's been done in the shadows to give humanity a false light, because you're not actually finding the real light, you know, the real sun, right? Our real source of energy sort of thing. It's stopping you from manifesting a better reality, and instead you're just affirming the bad one, basically. It's like, you know, these magicians that have worked their magic, especially involving this, right? You're affirming that magic for them, is what I'm getting. And the thing is, you're very confident about this, and you are being successful in the world that is manifesting, but it's not the world that you want to be in. You know what I mean? Because new moon in Leo, this is a void moon, right? New moons are when you can't see anything, and Leo is the sun. So this is telling me there is really a void of light here. Tell me more about this. Yeah, don't let pride get in your way. What did I literally just say? I felt some prideful energy, and I feel like, you know, Pisces, because you've been feeling like this, it's like, yeah, I told you so. Look what's happening to our world, and da-da-da. And very much in a doomsday kind of scenario. I'm not saying that you're wrong, that these people weren't doing it, but the fact that you are affirming it instead of anchoring in the true light, the true sunlight, you know what I mean? Like divine source light, you're stirring the pot for them when it comes to their magic. Okay. And I feel like you're letting pride get in your way because you're, you know, a lot of people don't take Pisces seriously because of how psychic you are. You know what I mean? I guarantee if you're here, your reality has been denied most of your life. Okay. And when you're finally right about something, you really want to kind of over exaggerate it. And that's a normal human thing because, like, first of all, you deserve the notoriety for being right about your intuition and psychic abilities for your whole life. But the way it's being utilized is literally manifesting dystopia for the bad magicians of our world. Okay. And, you know, yes, you're very confident in this, but the thing is, you can be confident in any sort of world that you want to manifest. The thing that you want to focus on is the one that you want to actually manifest, not affirming one that is sliding into a dystopian nightmare. Okay. Don't let pride get in your way. Let's get some more information on this. I was telling Leo. Yeah, data check. You need to check your data. You need to check the data about how you're communicating with the world, right? Do you know how our brain works as a meat machine that is manifesting? Like, no matter what you think, no matter what, whether it's objectively true or false, swipe out the window. The brain does not know what is true or false. The brain only knows what it's told. And the brain, whatever is told, accept it as truth. That's what the brain does as a machine. Because if it thinks that its reality is false, it gets depressed and it will, like, kill itself. You know what I mean? So what you are being told and what you believe, you will always think is true. Or what the brain is being told, it will always think it's true. And then it projects that onto the universe, and the universe as a hologram reflects it back as if you are true. That's just the nature as a conscious creator. So you need to do some data checking and about how you are communicating with the universe. Okay. It says, a Pokemon that consists entirely of programming code. It is capable of moving freely in cyberspace. Yeah, you are, and our universe is completely programmable and reprogrammable. And you are being asked to check your data and reprogram, because it looks like the data that you're being given is just like, yeah, I told you so sort of thing. And it's, again, you're just stirring the pot for the bad magicians of our world, and you're helping them manifest it with all of your psychic abilities, seriously. Yeah. So, you know, yeah, moving freely in cyberspace, I am getting, like, be very careful about the data that you are presenting on the internet as well. Be very, very careful, okay? All right, let's see what's going on in the shadow. 10 of chalices in reverse. Yeah, because you are not, the data you are giving out is not your soul, is not a wish fulfillment. This is not a soul fulfillment. This is not going to bring you the happiness and joy that you want, right? 10 of chalices is you and another person completing an emotional cycle that is full of positivity. This is love. This is marriage. This is, you know, everyone around you being in such high emotional positive energy, and the data that you are giving to the universe is not going to be bringing you the 10 of chalices that you seek. Okay, it's doing the opposite. It's pushing that away. Let's get one. Okay, quite a bit. So we have the 8 of Swords coming out. There is a lot of, again, this like very exhausting, overwhelming energy. And I feel like, yes, you know, maybe you're studying this, maybe you're seeing, again, you're seeing the signs everywhere, and being exhausted by all of this stuff is not going to get you that. If information about our world or things that you are affirming make you exhausted, make you tired, make you feel despair, they are not supposed to be your beliefs, right? Things that are meant to be yours will bring you peace, will bring you joy, will bring you happiness, will bring you this 10 of chalices, right? This emotional fulfillment, this wish fulfillment, this collective wish fulfillment. You know what I mean? These two people love each other, and everyone there is so happy for them, right? And the way that you are manifesting because of pride, you know, of being right, you know what I mean? And I'm sorry that society has not given you or water signs in general, you know, the credit that is due, okay? But I'm here to give you that credit, and then also ask you to please don't keep affirming their evil world, okay? You have free will. You can do whatever you want. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I can only plead. Pisces. 9 of Pentacles with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse and the Hermit. So this is telling me that, you know, you may be getting a certain level of physical abundance to this or something, but it's out of balance. Like with the 9 of Pentacles, maybe some of you, you know, you have a good house, you have, you know, this, and the only thing you're doing is waiting for your sweetheart to come. With the way that things are manifesting, you're not going to get that sweetheart. You know, it's not. Because if you're in an exhaustive type energy, that's not going to come, because the 2 of Pentacles is telling me that things are not balanced when it comes to the light and the shadow, when it comes to the physicality needed. And with the Hermit coming out, I am getting like a big withdrawing energy is needed. You know, some of this data check, it's time to look for other sources. Typically, the Hermit is all about going inside, right? The Hermit's journey is to go into the soul. But because we see that you have a spirit link to the darker energies and you're just sort of manifesting it for them, you want to start reading more about the brain, how the brain works, how your 3D physical body works, right? You already know about the soul and the spirit, but now it's time to learn about the brain and how that manifests as a 3D machine on this earth, okay? Whew. All right, let's see what's in the light. Pisces, you always take me somewhere. Spell casting in reverse. Yeah, it's time to break this spell. It's time to break this dark spell that has been put on humanity, and you are being asked not to continue to cast the spell for them. You know, I mean, pretty plain and simple. 10 of Air. Anytime this comes out, it's saying this is a complete sentence. Like, me and you, our conversation is done regarding this. I mean, it's not done. We haven't extended, but this is like, whenever this comes out, this is literally what I'm doing, right? And she's holding that card, and I'm holding this card. We're literally in a hologram, right? This is literally what we're doing, and the deck is saying, yes, exactly what the tarot reader just said, exactly what Sachi just said. Okay. So, yeah. You know, they're just further affirming, like, yes, yes, right? I'm saying this because it is the truth. And what am I getting? Confirmation back from the universe, exactly what I'm saying, okay? So yeah, it's time for you to start researching a little bit more about the brain. You need to check your data of how you are manifesting and break this spell. Like, no more like nana nana boo boo, I was right sort of thing. That's really doing an injustice to yourself and all of humanity. You were right, yes, but now let's be right about a better world, right? Whew. Wow, Pisces. All right, so like I said in the extended, we're going to see what we can do to bring you peace of mind and further your healing journey and break out of this spell, you know? And then, of course, some advice on how to manifest your highest vibrational timeline. Let's see what dragon would like to take us into the extended. Ooh, okay. That wanted to go right towards the flame and my water. This is the silver lunar dragon. Bathes you in divine feminine light. So some of you here may be divine feminines. And again, you know, you're definitely tapped into the spiritual realm, right? And you have a responsibility when it comes to that. It says, come into balance and practice peace, harmony, and cooperation. Expand your causal chakra. Yeah, again, we are in disarray, right? We see that humanity is in a frenzy and that things are getting more vicious and frenzied and, you know, all of that. Okay, it's time to manifest better through the divine feminine order of bringing peace and harmony and cooperation to our world. Okay, expanding your causal chakra. Your causal chakra is a 9th dimensional chakra that connects you to the realm of heaven. Okay, that's how you anchor heaven on earth. Right? Too many people have been in lower vibrational, like broken root chakras that are really manifesting hell on earth. And you are being asked to raise your energy in order to bathe you in this divine feminine light so that you can help anchor peace, harmony, and cooperation onto this planet. I am getting that there's one more dragon that would like to come out for you. Okay, there's 2. So we have the dark blue galactic dragon, helps you listen to the voice of the universe. Yeah, so again, you know, to data check, right? There's so many voices in the universe. Are you hearing demons? Are you hearing angels? You know what I mean? You have to learn how to create these energetic boundaries so that you are manifesting your own utopia, your own heaven, and bringing it and helping the collective, especially as the most psychic of all the signs. So this helps you listen to the voice of the universe. Ignite the codes of your master blueprint. Access cosmic wisdom and enter higher service. Yeah, igniting the codes of your master blueprint. This is literally learning more about how the brain works, how the master blueprint of what you are as a human, right? What you are as a spirit, that comes easy for a Pisces. You know what I mean? Again, you always have a fin in another dimension, but now it's time to look at the blueprint, okay? Which is something that you can put on paper. And then we have the golden Christed dragon. Beautiful. Brings you higher love so that you embody Christ light. Okay, again, we need to bring in source light, abundant, loving, forgiving, you know, yes, and cooperative energy, right? And this is using your heart chakra as a portal to bring love in. And that's what, you know, Christ was all about, not Christianity. This says absorb Christ's light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain 5th dimensional. Exactly like what I said, right? You always have a 5th in another dimension. And what is the next dimension other than the, you know, space-time, which is 4 dimension that we are, right? We're in 3D reality. We experience it through 4D. And 5D is where you always have one of your fins. Okay, so you are being asked to expand your heart chakra to bring love into the situation, right? Which we saw in the cleansing ceremony, and remain 5th dimensional. You are meant to stay with one fin in that 5th dimension and expand it into higher services and accessing your master blueprint so that you can access your causal chakra of the 9th dimension. Okay, we need to anchor heaven, and Pisces, you are the ones that help us. You are the key to that heaven. You are the key to the other dimensions, and we really need your help. Seriously. Whew. All right. Well, if you would like to follow me into the extended, the link is in the description box below. But if we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your 3rd eye. Mwah.